You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. I gotta do this more often. Like a lot of people go to the gym first thing in the morning, and I can't help it. You're psychopathic. But doing something to jog you up in the morning, aside from just sitting there in bed drinking coffee, I'm so lazy in that regard. We have, and this is part 2. A guy paid for 2 Cappy originals, and if you want me to do an original, of which the list is probably long and never ending, you want to hear something I think? Well, yes, you could, but I gotta do the ones that people pay for first, obviously, because they pay. So I do those first, and then maybe I get around to doing an original. You could do that. So the second original, I just had this thought, and it was Andrew Breitbart, who I believe passed away. He had the axiom or the rule, and you've heard it on other people's shows before, that politics is downstream from culture. Meaning that, especially in a democracy, that the politics is going to be, it's not like, oh, the politics just exist unto themselves. They come from what the culture wants. And I was starting to sit and, a lot of you guys are always, oh, men, they gave it up. They gave women the right to vote, and they're responsible for this. We're owners and stewards, and you can't blame a spoiled child. It's the parents who failed the thing, and now we got to take. I was like, hold it. Okay, hang on. Because you're all not factoring in something, and that is the power of the pussy. And if we really want to look at it, I want to add an addendum, because it's true, 100% true. Now, Bill Burr hit this one out of the park long ago. Women are surrounded by this tornado of misinformation, and nobody corrects them because we all want to fuck them. Oh, by the way, this will not be a monetized video. But you don't understand the power of the pussy. Because, okay, fine, politics is downstream from culture. Culture is downstream from pussy. And 80% of the men will do whatever the fucking women tell them to do because of pussy. I want this. Okay. Even though it'll destroy the entire world. All right, pussy. We want to, and I mean, if we want to go for the jugular right away, it was abandoning children and abandoning the future. I don't mean it, what's someone think of the children? I don't mean it that way. I mean, you literally, now, the Marxists were brilliant in this. They said, okay, the only reason anything exists is because of pussy. It's the fuel that drives men. Men are the economic engines that produce nearly all the economic production. You don't believe me? Go get my book, The Book of Numbers, and read the intro. And inconvenient truth as this might be, men account roughly, I didn't audit it, I just looked at some general numbers. Men account for 75% of the real production, all right, of GDP, the real production. I'm not talking social workers and all this other bullshit that doesn't, at the end of the day, it's not a good or a service that anybody wants. Men account for the lion's share of the real production in all economies. And we damn well near account for, well above 99%. Of every technological innovation. Now, that may change in the future as more and more women enter the workforce, and I'm not saying women shouldn't. But it has been, men do that because of pussy. And then when you go to the gas station and there's levels of octane, levels of pussy. Okay, there's like your 85. That's a 5. Oh, 87, no ethanol. Ooh. That's a 6.5. She might even be able to cook. 91. That's a 7 or 8. And she knows her father. 93 octane or 101. You get a racing octane. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist now. But that would have, in theory, been a 9 or a 10 who would dote on you and support you and raise the fucking children. Marxists knew that. They came in and said, we got to get, how do we neuter? Turn America into a gelding. How do we do it? I know, take away their women. That'll destroy any nation. You'll disincentivize and destroy any incentive men have. You'll demoralize them. Gee, I wonder what's happening now. Have you seen labor force participation rates? And there's more to it than that, certainly. But don't tell me having a bunch of fat land whale feminists run around telling men how much they suck and how they're not needed. Don't tell me that wasn't the main and crippling blow Marxists landed a long time ago, and now we got it today in full bloom. Full bloom. You take women away from men, yes, men will just shut down. They go into a coma or ketosis or stasis. Hibernation, that's what you're witnessing now. Men are shutting down. And when men shut down, your economic engine shut down. And then you got to import all your goods and services. I can't find a plumber. Gee, I wonder why, lady. You think the plumber? I've known some tradesmen. They got divorced. They're never getting married again. It's downstream from pussy. And you guys will do whatever the girls tell you to do because of pussy. And that forms the culture. So you got allies in that. There's a classic picture. Maybe I should have used that instead. But if you remember Mattress Girl, Emma Sokowitz, there's a picture of this soy pussy millennial, like an ally holding the mattress with her, something like that. And like, okay, there's your guy. There's your guy that will tell you anything and do anything for pussy. Millions, tens of millions of suburbanites slaving away men. Just, oh, yeah, sweet. I mean, how many instances are there in marriages today where the wife is some backstabbing leftist? I don't mean like she's consciously backstabbing her husband, but I dated a gal like this. She wanted to have 4 kids minimum. Nice, sweet girl, Democrat. I'm like, okay, let me explain something. I'm dying over here just to get by on food, clothing, shows back in the college days. And you're voting to increase my taxes? And the proposition you're sending to me is, oh, now not only that, but I want to have 4 kids minimum, and I'm going to vote to raise your taxes. So you really get to be a fucking slave. Okay, nah, not me, sweetheart. Not me. Find someone else. How many men accepted that deal? 'Cause pussy. I've seen it. The Whispering Willows, the Elite Elms, whatever you worthless, sappy, soy boy, limp-wristed cucks out in the suburbs call your little prestige place where you take your gals and they vote Democrat because it's popular. Oh my God, I care so much about the black people and the children's. Hubby, work more. I need more. More. Bail me out. More. Okay, sweetheart. Happy wife, happy life. Why do we have deficits? Why is the welfare state so big? She's a teacher. We disagree politically. We're a host. Here. I'm going to call him out. He's a cuck. Although he could kick my ass. Joe Sushri, perfect. We live in a house divided. We live in St. Paul. Oh my God, the buildings around us are burning. Well, it's just what it is. And I'm a little bit more harsh on him because he also was a big-time Democrat when he was younger. Boomer. Oh, I saw the light. Oh, but the infrastructure you voted for when you're young, it's dumb and full of, that's now manifesting. Folksy, let's live in the city. And it's too late. It's way too late. But I would like to add, can I contribute today to the marketplace of ideas to add, in addition to Andrew Breitbart, could we have a little asterisk? Aaron Clary addendum. Culture is downstream from pussy. Because the vast majority of you men will do whatever these fucking women tell you. And most women, not all, some women do have independent-minded thought. Half of them keeps letting them in the back door. Right? But most of them will just do what they're told in school. So whoever controls the schools and the media, Marx, communists, Stalin, they all knew this. Inevitably down the road, you will put out and produce generations of humans that actually believe shit that's just plain wrong and is destructive for society. And you got gals, the religion. Religion, Christianity, OMG, so naive. So I'm an intellectual. Well, why do you believe in Marxism? I mean, that has more proof it don't work than Christianity does that it doesn't. I mean, you don't know. You kind of know, but there ain't no proof that it doesn't work. There ain't no proof that Muslims don't work. Ain't no proof that Yahweh but we don't know because no one comes back from the afterlife. But we damn well have a track record for communism, and you're even more of a dumb freaking Kuwanta for believing in that, which destroys us in the here and now. But I mean, the feelings and wonderful. I'm gonna get just a because I don't have to do any work or math. I'm so proud, so strong, independent. Give me a bear love. Oh, you want this? We have to agree with my socialist Marxist. Swipe left here, like Trump. And you guys, yeah, communism good, ally, pussy no. And then you all vote. Because let's admit it, you boys aren't exactly all that bright either when you're younger. Yeah. Oh God, all my friends were like this back in, and oh, by the way, for those of you who have children now, who was right, motherfucker? This guy was. Remember all that time? This is guys. Girls. Oh, girls were very emotional. Guys were like, gee, you're a little hard. You're a little rah, rah, rah. Pretty much everyone I know of them got kids now. My favorites are the teachers. We won't mention which public school district, who now have kids. And they're white, by the way. All right. And now they are forcing their kids to go to inner city schools because they want their kids to have diversity. I mean, they'll anything for the ideology. Screw you. I mean, Abraham, at least God prevented Abraham from killing his son. You guys are going to like just slay your kids for your politics side because guarantee you wifey poo, socialist, Marxist, feminist. And that's more important than raising your kids, right? And that's all y'all do. It's all y'all do. Whoever controls the pussy controls the culture, controls the politics. And that's what we got. Another interesting, you look at it, well, why don't men just rally up and kick all the, illegal immigrants out and take back their country? No. They don't want to. That would upset their wife. They wouldn't get pussy, at least in their mind. Although politics and pussy don't really mix all that much. It's not like there's not a ton of us. They're just like, God dang it. But our friends are addicted to the pussy. They're in a coma. And if you try to pull them out of the matrix, say, hey, look, you're not making life any better. We don't have the money for this. You're raising a group of feral people that are going to riot and protest if they don't get free shit. They're so brainwashed. They don't understand how an actual economy works, that we got to work. Otherwise, goods and services just don't fall from the sky. They're that stupid. They just, I don't know, it comes from the ground. I don't know where food comes from. They're that stupid. And you're propagating this because you won't tell your wife to shut the fuck up with whatever Marxist cause for the sake of society and your children in the future, because that pussy just too good. Pussy. I need a pussy. Screw my children, screw society, screw America, screw the advancement of the world and humanity in general. Pussy. Yes, dear. Another Range Rover coming up right away. Will you touch my peen? I guess maybe the reason they don't talk about that in the Breitbart conservative right, libertarian right, and not left, is because that explains all you guys. Holy shit, is Prager addicted to pussy? There's a perfect example of somebody blinded by the pussy. Oh, marriage is just oh, Dennis, shut up, man. Just stick to what you know. I drive tanks. So let me tell you how to fly an F-16. Thanks, Dennis. You're a great take, Commander, but you are no F-16 fighter pilot. Stay on the ground, man. Stay on the freaking ground. And there's not much you can do because this is, as I've said, there's certain the strongest powerful forces in the universe. The strongest one, I believe, is gravity. Though some physicists or people more educated than me, was it thermal or nuclear? Somebody had a different opinion. I thought it was gravity because that's how everything formed. That's just my humble, unprofessional, amateur opinion. But when it comes to humans or living things in general, it's sex drive. And the Marxists knew that. They tapped right into that. And they know that women are the ones that have the eggs and blah, blah, blah. But that's the choke point. That's the bottleneck. They're the sought-after commodity. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. You want to hear lies, go listen to Oprah, the Democrat Party, your professors and teachers, all right? You can listen to it. But unfortunately, when half the population demands what you got, that does make it a commodity, whether you like it or not. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's just the unfortunate reality. And Marxists knew that if we could corrupt that, we could turn, frankly, into fat, insufferable bitches, these guys are going to get demoralized. We could totally, look, we could kill the American man. And brilliant job, by the way. Bravo. Brilliant. Because now you got all these boys. I mean, I don't have to look it up. I'm almost going to make that a policy. I'm not looking up stuff I already know. Because even if I looked it up, no one would believe me anyway. And they're going to not listen to it. So it's like, okay, I don't care. You don't have to. But labor force participation rate of men is going down, especially younger men. And again, there are many reasons for that. But the largest pie is, why should they go work if you got a bunch of gals that aren't physically attractive, which is the number one thing they want, do not satiate their sex drive, not to mention they're pretty hostile, antagonistic, or not antagonistic, adversarial towards men. Did you girls not say, yes or no? Did you not say you didn't need men? Have you ever called them dirty, disgusting pigs? Hey, here's a better question. When's the last time you said something nice, warm, and welcoming about men? How about that? What have you been supportive? You haven't. And I would argue some of it's genetic, some of it is natural. I'm not even saying that oh yeah, the Marxists just came in and told you what to say. But a lot of it is you were exactly conditioned. You were exactly conditioned into an ideology based on your genitalia. Yeah, that's real deep. And you've literally told the opposite sex you don't need them. And you don't, in a lot of cases, you don't want them. And you've not said not a word of encouragement. Not a single one. Matter of fact, you've blamed them for all your problems. Oh, why are men not working? Oh, what's with the great resignation? I can't find a man. Wow. Ladies, you got a little PR problem there. Just a little one. See, do you remember in the time there were cheerleaders and they'd cheer around the football team or the basketball team or whatever? They would cheer. Women, they would be dressed in cute outfits. Degrading. Yes, exactly. Degrading, objective. Yes. Where's the food? Why is it the electricity? The electricity is not coming on. What happened? Did you dry up the pussy or make it attached to a fat, insufferable feminist bitch? You did? Well, there ain't no fucking electricity. Definitely not monetized now. That's too many truth bombs in one day. So there you go. I just wanted to add that. If you want to turn any society around, start getting control of the pussy. And by control, I mean, if you let nature take it, just how about this? Let's stop. Okay. This is going to require a lot of work on your conservative parent part. Okay, because the Marxist parents, they're wedded to Marxism. Their God comes before their children and anything else. Right? They will send their children to hell. Where I get real pissed off is when you conservative people send your kids off to a liberal arts college. Any degree is a good degree, you fake conservatives. Right? Let's start by not sending your kids to Marxist public schools. Oh, you had a kid? Oh, you pay. Oh, I guess you're sending them to a private school. Or it's going to be really hard for you fathers. I know, because pussy. You raise your children and you invest time in them. You teach them real life lessons. I'm not saying about politics or economics. I mean, a little bit here and there, but principles, ethics. Teach your girls, like, look, here's the deal. Love is this great thing. It can be, You're going to have to stay thin, And the number one thing in life is human beings, preferably your own family and children, blah, blah, blah. Can you invest that in your young ladies? Can you invest that in your young boys? Like, hey, look, you got to go out and you got to work and become a man and be something of value. You just can't walk and say you play video games and expect a girl to fall in love. You got to deliver a good quality man to this gal or whatever gal's out there for you. Can you guys invest in your children? Whoa! Invest in children? Whoa, we're conservatives, Aaron. We just say that on our face. Then we get divorced anyway. We outsource our children to daycare at school because, let's admit it, we need that Range Rover. We need the boat. We need to live in pristine Pines. I have to get my BMW and show it up with the dude bros. And we just had the children because that would shut the wife up, for a minute. And I don't know, we outsourced the kids to school. And until you get your kids out of school, and let's call it what it is, until you get your kids out of free babysitting and you actually take responsibility for your children's education, this is going to continue on. Till you, God almighty, I don't have liberal leftist friends. I don't. I refuse to hang out with those people. I don't hang out with parasites or naive people. But I look at these kids that got tablets. Take the fucking tablets out of their hands. Go outside and play. Street lights on. Back in time for dinner. Go play. No, you're not watching this Marks Us Up. No, you're not watching this TV show. No, you're not. Oh, God, Disney? No, you're not watching Disney. You're not watching the Queen Latifah show. You're not watching any of this shit. You're watching Gunsmoke. We're watching Hogan's Heroes. We're watching Batman, the animated series. We're watching DuckTales. Okay? That's what we're going to watch. So if you're willing to do that level of investment to prevent your daughters from being basically brainwashed to hate men, all right, cool. Then you might have women say, oh, no, I actually want, imagine a generation, just half the girls, because it's roughly half conservative, half liberal. Half the girls were raised up, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to have standards. I'm going to dress pretty. I'm going to stay in shape. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to go get it, but I want a guy. I want to have children. Imagine what that would then do to the men. Oh, but men, if you want me, you better have a real degree. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want to raise the kids. So you need to have an income that's going to support that. And men will do anything for pussy. And then they'll start voting for that. And all of a sudden the welfare system gets scaled back a little bit. Now taxes are down a little bit. And then you have a conservative movement. Not in the foundations of culture, but in the foundations of pussy. So there you go. What? Raise my... I know this is why the book is in part sponsored by Enjoy the Decline. The link is down below, because I know none of you conservatives are going to do that. And then also this one, because it ain't going to change. Get Sandy is the future wealth. That's just a short one. That's great Stoic philosophy. I'd also recommend The Way of Monkey book by Turd Flinging Monkey. But I should have linked to that one down below. But there you go. You want to control the society, you control the pussy. I don't even want to control. That's just too strong a word. How about you just let girls be girls? Okay? You let them be feminine. You let them be nice. Just prevent them from getting into the clutches and claws and fangs of the feminists who are going to turn them against men. That's all you got to do. Oh, I'd have to get off my ass and not watch the football game. All right. Let's go to the super chats, the super chats, the super chats. Let's go to the super chats and have myself some treats. Mexi Mike, $2. AA Ron called it, beauty is the economical engine. It is. It is. I mean, it literally is no different. Like, what grade of octane are you putting into the engine? You want to throw in 23 octane gas, which is, the sludge we're putting in there now. Don't be surprised when your economic engine sputters out. You want to put in some good racing fuel? There you go. You're going to have a better economic. Now, it's going to take a while because your entire generations of millennials and now Gen Z men are they're conditioned. You broke their back. You demoralized them. It's going to take at least another generation of women liking men and being feminine and playing towards this biological fact to get the economy booming again. But this, and the other, here's another sad, here's another truth bomb here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, just like gas has a shelf life. It doesn't last forever. That's why you got to put in stable and gas treatment. So does your beauty. Your beauty has a shelf life. And soon you will pass away. Or not pass away, but soon that beauty will be gone. You're in your mid-40s is about as long as you could keep that up. Well, not to mention your fertility as well. That's, I guess, the core biological thing. So we're going to have to rely on younger gals, and it's pretty much over for anyone my generation. It's over. It's done. We were the experiment. We're the big socialist. Well, the millennials are more the socialist experiment. And the millennials, as they're approaching 40, it's pretty much over for them too. All right, men, your women are infertile now. Ladies, it's too late. By all means, go drop 80 grand of money you don't have on in vitro fertilization because you make such wise investments to begin with anyway. Like, that social science degree. It's over for that. Gen Z's got maybe a chance, but you're going to have to go to the other generation that's starting in kindergarten now. That's where you're going to have to. Are you going to? But otherwise, the engine, the gasoline has gone bad. We do not have the potential even to generate high quality gasoline. Maybe we get mid-grade. Some of you gals thin up. You have your epiphany. You realize your politics haven't gotten you anywhere. You're sick and tired of being alone. Here's something. You actually are brave and courageous enough to tell the hive mind of your feminist female friends to F off. And no, I want a man. I do. And I'm sick and tired of this female feminist bullshit. All I've wanted was children. And it's too late for me to have children, but maybe I can make a man happy. I mean, it's the fourth quarter. You're not winning this game. You're too far behind. And you ain't no Tom Brady, ladies. Let's just admit that. But you might have a good fourth quarter. You could scrape by. That was a good fourth quarter. What was it? What do you remember Aunt Tilly for? She had a good fourth quarter. No kids. She was fat most of her life, but she just turned it around, man. She was always pissed off and angry, had a lot of cats. Then she got into hiking and in the gym, and she met this nice guy. His name was Vlad Elkins. He was a 60-year-old CPA, and they had fun. They had a nice sunset. They went and they enjoyed life best they could. And they spoiled us rotten. They liked us nieces and nephews. But the engine now, oh God, it needs a whole bunch of additives. Wait, was that me? Hey, who's this guy? Ron Suarez, $2. I had to march in BLM protest for the peace. See? Shame on you, Ron. Shame on you. You're encouraging. Oh, Ron. Oh, I'm so let down, so ashamed. You have to go into the penalty box of shame. Look that up. You have to look up. It's the opening to the movie Slapshot. Box of you feel shame. You go into the penalty box and you feel shame. It's a great. That's one of the rare bits of 70s culture that was actually good. You go into the box and you feel shame, and then you get free. Confident man, $5. As I get older, I find the most important thing is to be able to work independently of corporate America. Corporate America is totally insane and inane. Yeah, it was before all the woke BS too. It was, and now it's a non-starter. I mean, in my life, we've seen heralded institutions like Wall Street and California, like Los Angeles. That's where all the cool people went, and Hollywood. And now it's the last thing you want. Like, and you want a good, reliable employer, a good, and ideally to work lifelong, but even our generation was like, no, but you want to work in an industry. And maybe the modern day incarnation of that is Silicon Valley. But now it's like, nope. Much as I disagree with Biden and people generally doing the great resignations because they're doing it lazy, but there is some who are very Josh Flukian and like, no, this is not acceptable. And the luster, the sheen is gone. Why the hell would I work for you, assholes? Come here and commute. No. Come here and work really hard. Yeah, and you reward me? No, we're going to promote a girl over you because she has the poon. Why would I work for you? Corporate culture, we're like a family. Artemis Wyrm, $5. Culture is downstream of human action. Politics is downstream of parasites. I don't know. That seems more like gas. It's floating all over the plate. I don't see how anything's that downstream. Competent man, $5 with the objective of being able to live off your investment income, FU money. No more dealing with insane BS that society focuses on. Yeah, it's just unplug, guys. Just drop out. Get your trade, make your money, just get out. Just get out. And it's sad that the quickest way to get to FU money is to not have kids, not have a woman, not have family. It's true. You know what the easiest unit to deploy into the field of life is? A unit of one, an army of one. And I'm not saying anything. It's just, this is how bad you girls have made it. The only argument you would have is like, oh, well, you should get married for love. For what? 1 in 2 chance I get divorced and now I'm crippled for at least a decade? No. No. You're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. And I don't think the Marxists thought this, and well, they never do. I don't think you Marxists figured this one out, thought it all the way through. Without men working, I don't know where you're going to get the production. And even if you enslaved them, which essentially the Soviets had to do, you're not going to get them to be as productive as if they were free men allowed to keep the majority of the fruits of their labor. Like slave labor just gets by. It doesn't give you 110%. And now you've attached a huge financial and legal risk to have anything to do with women that now your population is not even going to be able to support itself. What did you think was going to happen when you made women fat? What did you think? Some great Soviets. Oh, wait, I know. I figured it out. I am wrong. Communism is a mandatory weight loss program. So the women, after we get the glorious revolution, there won't be enough food. So the women will be thin and then we'll procreate. I see. I got it now. I see where you're going. I didn't think. I bet you Marx had. He had aims. He had plans. He thought that one ahead. Competent man again. Thanks for all the money, buddy. $5. Customer wants anyone on site 3 days per week to take weekly root beer float tests, even though most of the people could want to work remote. No, just leave. I would leave. That has nothing to do with the test or the vaccine. That just has to do with, okay, 3 days a week. Fuck you. That tells me you're fucked in the head. You're incompetent. You're stupid. And there's going to be other problems permeating throughout this job that I just don't have the time or the patience to deal with. This is where you go up there and say, like, I'll be a 1099 hired gun. You can hire me out and I'm working remotely and no, I fucking do what I want. Competent man, $10 again. Jeez, man. Save some for TFM. $10. They sputter on about being environmentally friendly and then want everyone driving to and from the site. Exactly, man. Exactly. I've said this long ago, if corporations really want to be green, that was before the woke and the race and the sex. It was green. It was going green. Our carbon footprint. They even had environmental studies published in their annual reports. Publicly traded companies did. I'm like, well, then why are you letting everyone telecommute? We have this technology that would eliminate 80% of the carbon emissions. Why are you doing this? And then you realize it's all BS. It's just lip service. It's just virtue signaling. They have no intention. Okay, Boomer, can hardly wait for $10 a gallon gasoline. I can't wait for it either. I can't wait. I mean, because that reality is going to so screw with people's lives. And I'm pretty good on my own. You guys still hear me? Hang on, I'm going to leave and come back. Just. All right, I'm back. Sometimes if I hit that wire on the curly blue rubber band thing, it disconnects. Come on, scrolling. There we go. Maxi Mike, $2. Cause and effect. What? Get the F out of here. Yeah, no. No. See, effect or reactions are part of the patriarchy. See? Like if you have a pool cue ball and it hits the other ball and it moves because of the patriarchy. The laws of physics, the laws of economics, the laws of nature are sexist. They're misogynist. Women should be able to do whatever they want with no consequence. And if there is a consequence and it's negative, that's your fault. And you need to bail them out of their student loans. Competent man, $5. I'm starting to fear we are all about to find out the answer to the Fermi paradox. Once civilizations get to a certain level, totally destroys itself. Yes. I've always said capitalism spoils its participants because it makes people soft. Although that's the old Heinleinian and Heinleinian, strong, good times, weak men, bad times, strong men. But we're here. I mean, look at what people complain about. The tampon tax. Really, ladies? Okay. All right. That's the biggest problem you got. Why get up? Just why? I mean, really, why? Imagine dating a gal who's so warped that they did the numbers, like over a 50-year life of using tampons or whatever, a woman spends an extra $3,000 in taxes. It's like, well, spend over 50 years. That's not exactly huge. And I bet you your cell phone bill costs a lot more than that. And you probably spend a lot more on booze. Now imagine someone who I'm going to protest that. Like, you really are a bad economist in judging what your time should be invested in. Really bad. And imagine the conversations. I'm going to press this way. I'm going to press that way. There's patriarchy everywhere. Do you want to go have fun? Want to go get an ice cream? Want to go for a hike? Want to have sex in the forest? Want to do some, live life a little? No, you want to complain about the tampon tax. All right. No, I'm not the man you're looking for. These are not the men you're looking for. The men you're looking for are elsewhere. Competent man, $5. It's funny. I do donate to TFM as much as possible since I and he do fear that eventually that anything not part of the Matrix will be banned. You can't know because there's other countries out there that do have the internet. Like Russia and China do not really want to help out the United States. They don't want to necessarily hurt the United States either. But that's why I have Subscribestar. By the way, I don't plug it enough. I do have a Subscribestar. Just search Aaron Clary Subscribestar. You get access to the road trip podcast where I podcast from hiking or road tripping, and they're shitty podcasts. So there you go. Taiwando, $2. Thirst, missing link for the theory of everything. I don't know. Did I do a theory of everything? Competent man, $5. Damn, competent man, how much money you got? TFM has mentioned that every time he gets booted from a platform that his audience takes a hit, eventually it will be impossible for him to broadcast. No, but okay, yes. And that's too bad. That's the way of the world. But what's going to happen is, and this really almost has nothing to do with politics, as the mainstream platforms, it doesn't matter whether that's YouTube or Facebook or whatever else, as they try to be everything to everyone, they will dilute themselves to the point that they will no longer serve or be part of why the internet was existing. Because if you look at the internet, what has the internet done? It's basically said, okay, I have an unlimited amount of channels and I can watch niche things. Like if I want to watch a gardening homegrown channel, I could do it. Somebody who just specializes in this specific type of gun, I could watch him do that. It has allowed for specialization. But as the main platforms water down and try to become rated G and Disney for everything, everyone, it's going to drive people away and there will be fringe demand. And then soon people will go. Like when I go to YouTube, I don't wait for notifications. And maybe this is something I'm old and this is why it's like, but I don't have subscriptions. I have a list of podcasts up on my fridge, so I don't forget them. And then I go through them and I purposely go and look them up. So like in the case of Turd Flinging Monkey, I go to BitShooter now, more recently Podbay, where I find him. And also the people that are willing to find you are typically going to be your biggest fans because they want to tune into your stuff, whatever it is. I mean, you could, today, ATV Aaron. There's another guy, his name's Aaron. He does ATVs. You really like him. You'll donate or you'll buy through his Amazon affiliate program. So it'll just be like churches. Like, I really like Pastor Fredrickson. And, he went to this different show. I'm going to follow Pastor Fredrickson. You don't go to church.org and find, whatever's thrown up. So I'm not too worried. And then plus TFM, he's got a real business. He's got his real side gigs. You know, I have skills. I have other sources of income. They're not great, but it does. So yeah, don't worry. These people will never go away because there'll always be another platform. And if it comes to the day, and I think it will in my lifetime, where anyone who isn't a leftist or doesn't water it down to Teletubbies level of non-insult or non-controversy, they will go to alternative platforms, or they will be overseas, and they'll be part of a completely different economic infrastructure and economic system that does not in any way rely upon the United States. Yes, you're not going to have YouTube. Yes, you're not going to have Facebook. But you guys will find us. We'll be there. I do it. Look, I started this in 2004 because of therapy. Not that I was told to do it. I just needed to vent with my blog. And guess what? I'm going to continue to vent. You know why? Because the world ain't getting any better. It just is. I'll be here. Don't worry. Not going. Maybe we won't be doing as much material. But we'll be around. No matter where we go, if you can toss us a couple bucks, that'd be fine. Although that's why I have other services like, Amazon affiliate and books and other things. You can physically buy stuff. You just don't have to donate the money. Mixing Mike, $10. They pretend to pay us. We pretend to work. Laugh out loud. Checkmate or stalemate. F it. Doesn't matter. It's time to kick the feet up and enjoy declining circus. See what I did there? Damn, I'm good. Yes, you did. Very good. Very good. And yeah, that is true. That was an East German saying, I believe. Where, I just, look, the girls are going to get what they want. And it's only, ladies, if you were wondering where this goes, you're going to be worse off than your old pissed off aunt. Your aunt is on antidepressants. What, 1 in 4, what was it? Or half white women above the age of 50 were on antidepressants. Some shockingly high statistic. And the numbers going up like this. You girls are not going to be happy. Marxism and feminism never made a woman happy. They didn't. I don't know what. Maybe some truly psychopathic one, the gal where I got an abortion, she's all smiley and happy. I'm like, whoa. I mean, I'm pro-choice, lady, but geez, I don't celebrate it. Oh, that's a dark, wicked woman. But, it's going to happen. And you're going to have to learn to enjoy the show. That's why I recommend you get that Sanity is the Future of Wealth, because the really rich people in the future are going to be the ones who are sane and know what's going on. Meanwhile, the truly miserable people, like, okay, any BLM protester, are they happy? No. The pink pussy hat, are they happy? No. People demanding student loan ballots, happy? No. Occupy Wall Street, happy? No. Democrats, happy? No. Nancy Pelosi got all the money, happy? No. What, Hillary Clinton? Come on. That's the pinnacle. That's the achievement. Happy? No. And just let it happen to them. Let it happen. Not because of a vindictive revenge, like let it happen, although there certainly is that element, but you're going to waste your breath. There is no unplugging these girls from the Matrix. They are going to go and give up their fertility and youth for politics or career. And if you get in the way, you're going to be called a sexist. Can I push you along the way? How can I accelerate the train towards the knocked out bridge? Should I throw more coal into the engine and jump off of the... Why is he jumping? I don't know. He's a misogynist. He's getting off the feminist train. Crash. Where have all the good men gone? Donna Hannaford, our Australian beauty pageant agent in an Australian field, $2. We had the tampon taxes 2000. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just my libertarian thing. How about you don't have a tampon tax? I mean, you got a sales tax for everything. Everybody pays it. But we should have taxed this. We should have taxed food. We should have taxed... No. You want to have a welfare state? You want free child care? Everyone's paying the tax. Everybody. So you have skin in the game. But I don't think there should be a specific tax on tampons. Because that technically is sexist and not fair. It's like, no. Why would you? And why would you do such a thing? It's like, it's just a specific tax on tampons. It's like, no. We have a universal sales tax. Everybody pays the same tax on everything. Doesn't matter what. Fishing poles or tampons. Doesn't matter. You're all paying 7% or whatever. Digi Nomad 5 Canadian bucks. Have you thought about alternative countries you want to live in? Lockdowns show USA is the greatest country in the world. My buddy is in Australia. Yeah, boy. Thank God for states' rights, huh? Look at that. Look at that. I even applied for citizenship in Australia quite some time ago. I didn't get it. Thank God. Yes, I have thought about it. Guys, stop asking me about it. I have not. I got to do reconnaissance. I'm busier than shit. I wish I could have a representative. You guys, hey, file Cappy. We're like, oh my God, your life sucks. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of really does. It's all work all the time. Now, thankfully, that's tapered off. But I haven't had time to breathe, and I haven't had time to go travel, and I haven't had time to look at my spreadsheet. I'll get there. I'll look it up. But yes, the disease is, how has the country responded to the disease? Do you lock your, well, there was an article. I think they just arrested, the Dutch citizens arrested 2 people trying to get to Spain. Like, what are you, the fucking Soviets? It is a prison. Okay, Holland's a prison then. All right, got it. Yep, new brand of root beer float hitting the shelves soon. Yep. It's the what? Omicron? Sounds like a Transformers villain. Omnicron, no, we must stop him. Hey, and I wonder if there'd be a new one after that. Competent Man, $5. It's hilarious that YouTube became great by allowing creators to do what they wanted. Is now in the process of destroying the statement itself as censor. Right. I think Facebook at one time, if I did the math right, it was like 30, maybe even 40% of their staff was content editors or censors, because that's what they were. I'm thinking like, what? Like, you spend resources and labor on editing content, and to the level, it's like, are you sure you want to post this? After that, which has happened. Or like, oh, we fact check. You know, obviously it's a joke. It's a meme, and they fact check it. It's like, it's a joke. It's a joke. The Stasi didn't even have this network of censors. What is wrong with you? I got some good racial jokes that are actually pretty clean, but I can't share them with you guys. Even though the people who'd be at the butt end of the joke would be of varying races and categories, you'd love it. There's some really good ones. You're probably like, yeah, we are that way. Yeah. Can't even tell them. We can't share humor. We can't pick on one another, which is how guys bond, and we form great armies, cutting on each other's penis size. We can't make these jokes. Because Karen and HR or the censor department, oh, I even got some good female jokes. They love it. Oh, no, we can't share those. No, we might bond. We might all have a good laugh. Hope you're good, Aaron. Abdullah Dilawar. Hope you're good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm getting work done early. I got my coffee. Gonna go. Oh, it's cloudy now. I did my hike. I was gonna go shoot guns yesterday. I just didn't feel like it. Maybe we'll go shoot guns today. I'm just burnt out. I won't lie, guys. I'm burnt out. It's just more work. And then it's like, all right, do I want to? I started playing Fallout Vegas or New Vegas. I do not remember that game having such a hard beginning where I'm getting killed by bloat flies. I'm like, where's my weapons and my guns? And it's over engineered. I don't remember that game being that difficult, not necessarily to play, but also like, dude, how do I fix this? I'm like, oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Competent Man, $5. I and others have noticed the only way we can find people to talk to who are not insane matrix is either online or long distance phone. I found, here's a all you leftists, you're so fake about how you care about diversity. You don't. I've found great solace in foreigners from whatever walks of life. So I'll give you, surprisingly, Middle East. You know why? The Middle East seems to still be somewhat anchored in the realities of women. I know we talk about women a lot, but you talk to Muslim, like, boy, geez. You know, when I was younger, I thought you guys were kind of abusive. Now I'm getting a little bit older. I'm starting to, still don't agree necessarily, but I'm starting to see some of the wisdom here. I'm starting to understand. No, I'm still not on your team, but I won't lie. When the Taliban, like the first thing they did after they kicked the Americans out was like, yeah, we're going back to Sharia law. I disagree with Sharia law, but like, boy, you stick it to your guns. There's some ballsy. It's true there. The East Indians, the guys come over. There's a story there. Oh, I'm from East India. It's poor over there, but I studied in, and I'm trying to make my way in America. We got scores of young men like that. Maybe not so young men. East Indians over here working the immigrant life. A lot of you going up to Canada. Canada has an interesting, because of the protectorate, former British thing. I guess a lot of Caribbean, like Jamaica in particular, I guess they could travel to Canada more freely, I guess, without a passport. I don't know how it works. But here you got a Jamaican or of Jamaican descent, either in the United Kingdom. They have like the most perfect British accent. Whereas here in the United States, you could kind of, I think he's black. He's got kind of a black undertone, Louisiana Creole accent. In Britain, like, oh, that's a British guy, black Jamaican dude. Same thing. Oh, I'm from Canada. You are? Boy, you got a tan, man. Holy cow. And it's just, that's more interesting. Oh, I'm in Canada and the housing and da. That's way more interesting. And you find those people online. You find them online. And, speaking of and what we're really talking, we're not talking about physical diversity. We're talking about real people on the right and the libertarian intellectual diversity, different people, different thoughts. And so I've been watching or tuning into the Gene Shepherd show. He's dead. They have it archived. I've been listening to Tipping the Odds Vegas, but it's two old guys talking about Vegas and Florida and the disease. That's funny. You think I'm old, you should listen to those guys. You got to go online. Even Turd Flinging Monkey, which I probably disagree with Turd Flinging Monkey more than any right of center podcast I listen to. Disagree with him on women's rights. I disagree with him on, he's against women's rights, by the way. I disagree with him about the sex dolls and a bunch of other things. But his analysis and his logic is fascinating. Like, you can't, it's like, yep, that's logical. I disagree with some of the premises, but that is amazing, the conclusion, that line of thought that you got there. You have to go out of your rank and file. Ooh, the Squid Game show. Shut the fuck up. Ooh, Anderson Cooper. You have to go and find other people outside the United States and to a larger extent Western culture to get any kind of interesting things going on and to figure out, am I sane? Modern Life John's a perfect example. He's in Japan. He just laughed his ass off seeing the psychoticness going on in the United States. Like, the girls here in Japan are nice. They're kind. They're thin. Holy shit. Wouldn't that be like coming up for some oxygen? Yeah. And long distance phone calls. Who does that? But yeah, it's just for your own mental health. Like, I don't even really go like Walmart. I try to make sure I go early in the morning. So it's all the old timers. I don't see all the fat, ugly welfare people dragging their kids in there at 11 p.m. because mommy don't know how to do time management. Poor little 3-year-old kid, barely awake. Competent man, $5. World not getting any better. Everybody knows how this is all going to end, I think. But the sheep will do it anyways. It simply won't stop. What the fuck is going on? No. Competent man, you're wrong. These people are that stupid. They actually believe that Marxism will work. A lot of people actually think they're oppressed because of the way they were born. You cannot assume everyone's got the IQ of TFM, you or me. I don't say that the kids, you go read the book, Curse of the High IQ. Please read that. People believe dumb shit a lot of times because they want to. I'll admit that. There's lying to themselves. But a lot of people just plain up believe it. Don't believe me. Go take a look at Modern Life John's dating intro courses. Modern Life Dating. Go look it up. The introductory, like, comb your hair, shower, bathe, get a haircut. I'm like, John, come on. People don't. He's like, no, man. There's such a lack of fathers, and they are so raised up by their single moms and a matriarchy, essentially, with the teachers and K through, about 5. They'll never see a man. That these boys come out, they actually don't think hygiene is a thing. They're not even aware of the concept of hygiene. He's the one that makes millions. He literally is a millionaire. He has made millions of dollars telling men, young boys, young men, brush your teeth. Shit, Jordan Peterson is another example. Make your bed. Whoa, deep philosophy, man. And here I am. Well, you shouldn't major in this. And the point and purpose of life is other people. I'm way too high. I am way too high. I should have just said, wipe your ass. Don't pick your nose. Floss your teeth. Flossing would probably be an advanced course. There are that many people who have been so poorly served by a lack of fathers or broken homes, they don't know even this basic rudimentary shit. People in the third world literally know more than because they've had to live it. Like, hey, don't go down there by that pond. There's alligators down there. And you should brush your teeth with this stick. And don't get the water out of that because that's tainted. You want to get the water out of that well over there. There's more street smarts in the third world than there is in the United States. To the point, one of the largest and fastest growing segments of the economy, one of the bright spots, few bright spots of the U.S. economy, is basically being a father to the now 200 million young people that they never had. Like, Astro Consulting would not exist without feminism. If there was no feminism, if dads were around, nuclear, I would not be here. Roosh wouldn't be here. Rollo wouldn't be here. Rollo would be doing his booze thing. Roosh would have been a virologist. I would have been a banker or an economist or something. Donovan Sharp would have sold mattresses. Fresh and Fit would have been a computer programmer. And we would have had none of this. None of this. But people are so not only uneducated, but miseducated. We have to start from the ground. There are women, competent man, not majority, but some who actually think big is beautiful. And there's something wrong with men. They're bad and evil people for not liking fat chicks. There are people who actually believe that. So, yeah, people are that dumb, man. They are. So that's why and communism is an easy sell. Oh, those people over there oppressed you. You should be entitled to stuff. Don't work. We, the Democrats, Socialist, Communist Party, whatever, same thing. We'll go get the money from those evil other group of people and give it to you. They don't ever get to the point, well, wait, aren't those the people producing the stuff? And what if they don't produce the stuff? Like, won't we they literally don't know where food comes from. They literally think there's like this amalgamous Oort cloud of government, business, corporations, lawyers, and somehow things are produced and it's made in China. That is literally their definition and understanding of the world. Yeah. And what, teachers are going to tell them how economic? Teachers don't give a shit. Teachers don't even know themselves. Teachers are barely verbal. So yes, that's why the sheep will go for it. But I don't care. I did a nice drive through a very rugged part. I went to the Slate Creek Dam. I didn't even know if my truck was going to make it because that is way out in the middle of nowhere, north of Hill City. You have to look it up. Burb Sheed, $5 Australian. I'm all for the zombie apocalypse at this point. Well, what do you think the riots in Minneapolis were? It wasn't critically thinking people. It was a bunch of losers who were programmed by the public school system to go and bite the hand that fed them. That's it. Wisco Nomad, $2. Men pay taxes indirectly to women for paying for dates. Well, yeah, of course. And there's that New Zealand. Well, men make more money. We pay more in taxes. That goes without saying. You could argue that any transfer of money from men to women is a tax. And yes, there's a date tax, I guess you would. Alimony, all of courtship, usually men are paying 75% of the time. There are women who pay. There are. I do want to tip my hat to them. That did happen. There are truly women who go Dutch. But still to this day, is there a seeking arrangement for men? No. Largely the money goes from one way to another. Juan the Aztec Patriarch, $2. Black Lives Matter. Yes, thank you, brother Juan. Scrolling. Keep those doggies scrolling. Rawhide. Heat him up, move him in. Move him out and heat him up. Heat him up, move him in. Move him out, heat him up. Rawhide. All right, we're done. That's it. I guess a couple more on the way. As I gotta get this done, I'm already set up here. We'll see you guys later. Toodles. Oh, wait, Mexi Mike. See, you got to get last one. $2. Shit show, but it's, what do you, to screw you, Mike? It was a great show. It wasn't even a show. It was a consultation. Because Festivus approaches. When is Festivus? Is that coming up? All right. See you guys later.